do it.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4.
It's time for celebrity theme
That's the
songs.
wrong key. I was just playing a song in a different key. 2, 3, 4.
It's time for celebrity theme song. Writing songs about celebrities. It's time for celebrity theme songs. Writing songs about celebrities. Celebrities, hey!
Well, here we
well, indeed.
are again. Another episode of Celebrity Theme Song. Another celebrity to explore, understand, and then create a great serenade.
And another spectacular guest.
Oh my gosh, who is our guest this week?
Why, it's the world famous. You might know him from stand-up comedy. You might know him for Just for Laughs. You might even know him from The Young Rock. And that is Adam Ray.
Welcome to Celebrity Theme Song.
Hey! Thanks for having me.
Yeah!
Nice.
How's it going, Adam?
Great to see you guys.
It's great to see you, too. This is sort of our first time getting to know you.
Yeah.
Yeah, it really is. I was just remarking at how much I liked your voice.
Oh, thanks.
It's just got a really
Likewise.
beautiful, gentle rasp.
Okay.
Just the gentlest rasp.
That's the
a very
weed and
nice
tequila.
fat bass.
Yeah.
Yeah, whiskey and tequila for me.
Oh, nice. Yeah. Do you think that really does contribute to the shape of what your pipes end up?
Smoking weed every day? Yes.
100%. Yeah, I smoke weed every day, and that definitely has deepened.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
I
The
do
already
not
deep
smoke
voice.
any weed at all, and I have
All right, narc.
quite the
Alex and I
voice.
used to
know.
have the same voice.
I'm going to tell on you.
Buzzkill Berry over here.
I will.
2, 3, 4. It's time for Buzzkill Berry. Now show up till
your
your
weed.
Oh, go ahead, dude. It's your show. I tried to step in and take the first
no, it was
word.
good. It was
Please.
good. It was Trust
No,
me, this
it's
part of the
great.
show is
Yeah,
never
this is-
good. This part of the
This is
show,
where people just scroll through.
We never open the show well with that song.
But it's too late now.
Is that the only chord you know?
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
one of the,
If it's not an A, I can't play it.
When did you start learning how to play? My mom tried to get me piano lessons in the 5th grade. I think it was my first or second guy she started dating after my dad split, and he was like, I can get you a piano, and I was like, what? I was like, all right, but it was like it was so out of tune, but he brought it over, and it was. So that just doing that, I was just like, all right, you can do anything you want to my mom. Like this was a big. You brought a piano over like on day 2. You know what I'm saying? That's a big.
was it like an upright piano, like a piano?
Yeah,
or
like
keyboard?
a piano. Like
Wow.
big, yeah. But it was so out of tune that we then had to pay.
Yeah.
It was almost like. I mean, I don't know. If you're gonna bring a piano, and then be like, but you gotta do all the stuff.
Well, here's the thing: moving a piano is guaranteed to get it out of tune.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
Okay.
They're huge. I mean,
So I shouldn't blame
I was
this
up
guy.
inside a piano this weekend. We were.
Whoa.
I was just. We had an opportunity to stay in an Airbnb that had like a grand piano.
Cool.
And I just wanted to literally look inside it and pluck the strings and like watch how the mechanics of it worked.
Oh,
And
you're that
they're-
much of a musical.
They're amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Pianos
that
are
was the thing.
amazing.
Very intricate.
That was what sparked it off.
It was just
Keith
our love
just
of
loving music so
I mean,
much.
partially,
And me.
yeah.
What were so when I took like 5 lessons, but I eventually quit because I go, can you teach me the Jurassic Park theme song? Because there was a piano in the lunchroom, and I just wanted to be able to play like dun, ba 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 ba, whatever it is, and just like I don't know, get fucking girls from it. I don't know what I thought was
Hell
going to
yeah.
happen.
Oh, yeah,
That's what you
girls
thought was gonna happen.
love
But
the Jurassic Park thing.
If there was anything
The
in
right girls
'95 that girls were playing with themselves to, it was John Williams.
Well, I mean, there were some handsome folk in that movie. So let's
I thought you were going to say there were some Hans Zimmer tunes that got girls riled up as well.
Hold on now.
Don't just go J-Dub on this.
It's true.
But so he quit because he's like, you got to learn chords, you got to learn Farrellese, and I was like, fuck you, Stan. And that was a wrap on my piano day. So I'm always very in awe of people who can play like that.
Just when you were getting to like your mom's new boyfriend,
I know, dude.
he tried to get you to learn something.
Yeah. What a waste.
I started at 16.
That's kind of late, right?
Kind of late.
It's very late.
I'll be 33 on Monday.
Actually, that feels. I mean, that's still at an age where you're. I don't know. Probably still.
Brain's still growing.
Yeah, and you're looking for something to commit fully to, right?
Exactly.
So piano is the thing.
Yeah, I'd been playing guitar for a little bit before then. I was learning piano, and then I really studied piano at college.
But don't forget the
School.
clarinet.
I
played the clarinet too for 3 years.
Oh my goodness.
klezmer.
Wow.
Oh, you're in a klezmer band?
No, but I think about it
wish.
now, and I'm like, I wish, you know,
yeah.
if I'd
For the
known.
non-Jews listening, and I know there's only a few, there's a klezmer band is kind of like, I don't know, what would you...
It's
Just a trio,
It's
a musical
kinda
trio.
spooky music because it has a very funny instrumentation of typically violin, clarinet, and accordion.
It feels like when a klezmer band plays, like a vampire should show up and start aggressively hitting on like somebody's mom.
It's like
Yes.
traditional European Jewish music.
There it is.
It's the
waltzy.
It's the
very
instrument
waltzy.
version of yidle diddle 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 die.
Yeah.
It's literally.
And again,
just
for our non-Jews, that was Yiddish, I guess, is what.
Yes.
Right?
Yes, I was singing in Yiddish.
Is yaddle? Wait, is that even?
No, I think
No,
it's
that was just.
I think it's just,
little-
it's like the Yiddish translation of la la la,
Yeah.
basically.
Yeah.
It's got to be right
That was
because
like Pig Latin's version of Hebrew.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's like
Did
a
you guys
mixture.
ever learn Pig Latin?
Oh, of course.
I think that was the first
SEA.
language.
I didn't learn it, but I picked it up, here and there.
Yeah.
I got the pamphlet.
I didn't take the class, but
We had a language we spoke in my house called Up-I Talk, where you put an up before every vowel.
What the fuck?
So, wuppa-thuppa-fuppuck.
oh, that's sort of like G talk.
Maybe it is.
What a guy-
Muppy-duppy-up-it-up is...
What a ga,
Oh.
that a ga, fut a
Yeah,
ga.
same basic idea.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. That's
So did your family grow
complicated.
weed, or did you just buy it and smoke it? and
They
then
were
you
both
got,
therapists. It was so similar vibe.
Yeah. Wow, that's cool, man. At least you had two parents.
You can
so
swear,
are you
you gotta
guys?
think about it.
Yeah. Okay, cool. So great.
what do we do here?
Great
So
to
Adam,
be on
welcome.
the show.
Welcome
Thanks for
to the
having me,
show.
by the way.
So,
No, of course. Thanks for being here.
as all our listeners know, today we're going to explore a celebrity in an effort to write a theme song for them. Not necessarily just a song about them, but something that they might walk into a cool party to, and it would play as they enter in to the room. But we don't know who our celebrity is because you have picked it out.
Do I need to just say who it is, or should I be? Am I going to be the person?
I love this.
Wow.
That's not how it typically goes,
okay.
but it's a great idea.
Great.
Were you prepared to do an impersonation of this person the entire episode?
It's one of the first impressions I started truly that I did as like an adult that I started then doing on stage and stand-up bits because I was so fascinated with this person.
Oh, yes.
And so I figured, maybe if you want to play me a little like soft ballad, I can intro who I am as.
Oh my goodness, I love this.
I'll let you guess. Some days I wake up and get on my exercise bike, get some TC by yogurt and call my friend Mike, who just got out of jail for killing somebody. Oh my God. He wants to crash at my place. I've got an extra futon in the garage. But now a little bit about me. I was a boxer back in the day.
Oh, no,
And then I got a job on a TV show called Taxi. And then I got my own show where I was a nanny. I drove a sketchy van but had a couple of kids. And Judith Light wanted to suck my, you know what I mean, balls in the shower. In episode 5, she did. So that's when they canceled the show. Just kidding, that's when the ratings went up. Mona, Mona, Mona. Then I went on to do some movies like Angels in the Outfield and The Garbage Man for Disney.
Oh my God.
I'm not sure if we need to write a song.
Say.
Okay.
I'm not sure we're going to write anything better than that. All right. That was a celebrity theme song. Wrote a song about celebrities.
Celebrities.
So
That's basically what we normally spend 40 minutes doing. So I'm not sure
No,
we
dude,
need
that's
to
just
do
the
it at
ballad.
all.
That's the intro, man.
yeah,
That's-
I love it. So clearly you have chosen to do a song about O.J. Simpson.
Yes, dude. And I think not enough people are doing songs.
He was
about
so
OJ.
good in
He was
Taxi.
so good. He was so
great.
good in what was that movie?
Police Academy 4.
There it is. Yeah.
No, that was Tony Danza
Tony
for
Danza.
Tony Danza.
realsies. That was amazing. That was great, and you do a very good Tony Danza impression.
Dude, I got to interview him on my podcast, the About Last Night podcast, as Tony Danza for like the last 5 minutes. I just rolled the dice. I was like, man, I was like, I'm going to see if maybe he's not offended, hopefully, by hearing I was like, one of my first voices I really did on stage was you. He's like, oh my God, yeah. And I was like, I think it'd be cool if I interviewed you as you. And he was like, yeah, let's do it, yeah. And so we did this whole. I had my buddy animate it too. It's pretty funny. Where it was just like I was like, all right, first question. I was like, first of all, great to see you. He's like, it's great to see you. I go. What's our favorite food? He goes, our favorite food is spaghetti marinara. I go, oh, I love that stuff. He goes, I know you do. I go, I know you do. And he goes, I love the meat and the meat sauce. We really, it was the bolognese. Wow. It was mind blowing. He's a very talented guy. I picked that celebrity because, when I was in college. Junior year, went to acting school at SC out here, and my junior year I lived with 3 kids from my acting class. Just would smoke pot every night after a full day because you had class from 9 to 6 and then rehearsal for a show every semester. And so we just come back, drain. It was a great way to fucking decompress, giggle, and there was always a block of TV on from 1 to 2 a.m. We had this fucking little TV in our little shithole apartment. And it was Nick Arcade from back-to-back episodes of Nick Arcade. And if you're a 90s child, I mean, that game show was fucking awesome.
So awesome.
And the host, I think not Phil Lamar something.
Oh, wow. Lamar Burton?
Close.
I know, right?
I know who
you're talking about. It was a great show.
Great show. That was 1 to 2, and then the Tony Danza show in syndication. He had a talk show on ABC for about a year and a half, was on from 2 to 3. And we just get baked and watch both. And Danza hosting this talk show was where I truly was like, man, I always liked Who's the Boss, and he was, a Taxi. I wasn't truly old enough to appreciate, but looking back for sure. But in the talk show, he would come out and he'd do these monologues, and it was just so. I think everyone liked the idea of him hosting a show, but it was so scattered. Like, he even had this guy Steve Whitmire who took over Jim Henson. Was doing Kermit the Frog on once, and he outed. Like he was just like, it's crazy, just a guy like doing that, and Kermit's like, oh, I mean, what are you talking about, Tony? He's like, am I not supposed to say that? Like, and like there's shit like that where he would just like
supposed to say
or
that.
He's like, he has Kelsey Grammer on, and he's like, and I'm with Kelsey. He's like, Kelsey, I don't want you to leave. I want you to stick around. You can hang. He's like, yeah, whatever you want, Tony. And he's like, all right. He's like, when you come back, we're gonna do this game with Kelsey called improv with Kelsey. Well, basically, I'm gonna give a suggestion, and then we're gonna do a little scene, and I'm gonna say, Kelsey, here's who you are, here's where we are, and then we're just gonna see what happens. And Kelsey's like, I don't know about that, Tony. And Tony just looks at the camera and goes, yeah, me neither, Kelsey. We'll be right back. And it was just a very real, like, I don't know what the fuck's going on, but I got a show, and let's just kind of throw darts. So from then on, I was just like, this guy, I can't take my eyes off him.
Yeah.
He just is, because even though there's no real game plan, he just is forging ahead. He'll start tap dancing just to fill time. He plays the ukulele. Dude, anyway. So the guy can do no wrong, and I just saw an interview with him. He's just turned 70, and he still looks incredible, dude.
Wow.
Anyway.
All right.
So what are we doing with
great.
that? What is the reason for picking a celeb?
So we are going. So
Pretty fucking
the
good,
basic
dude.
conceit of this is we're going to create essentially like a wrestling theme for Tony Danza.
Not necessarily all the way to the like metal production that most those are, but just a cool song that matches their vibe.
Cool.
That might play if they were to enter a party.
How cool.
Whatever his genre is.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, that's why I was like, well, what you're already saying is pretty good.
I mean, he's a song and dance man too, which is like, I mean, I saw him in the producers. Then a buddy of mine who's this guy named Jason Robert Brown.
My
Tony
God.
Award. Yeah.
A buddy of yours, Jason Robert Brown?
I never know who knows what about musical theater.
He's like the most famous composer.
He's
in musical
incredible.
theater.
So I met him. He guest professed a musical theater audition class my senior year in college, and so we just kind of hit it off. And he wrote the music for Honeymoon in Vegas that Tony Danza did on Broadway. And so he was like, "Do you want to come over?" And he knew I had like fucked around with the Danza impression, so he's like, "Will you?" Just help me workshop these songs that I'm doing for it. Just because I did musicals in high school and whatever, and a few in college, and so we kind of worked our way through it. And then I went out, and that's when I had him on the pod. But I went to the show, and he's like playing the ukulele, he's dancing, he's singing, he's like obviously a great actor. And after the show, I go back, and he just goes, how'd we do? And I go, we were great. I mean, yeah, but so talented, and you're just like, man, that's the type of guy that, like, I always thought too, like, he had obviously, I think, a very healthy career, but like, I don't know, man, to have that many weapons, you're like, God, how come he didn't have a residency somewhere or a bigger, or maybe he did, I don't know. I don't go to Danza.com.
Having
much,
your
but
own daytime TV talk show, I mean, like, that's
after 2 hit sitcoms,
about all you can do.
I know.
Like,
What more can you
any
ask
kind of
for?
talk show, whether late night or daytime, it means you're working 4 days out of the week to make an hour of TV.
Totally.
I mean, that's exhausting, and there's not much else you can do when
Was
you're
he
doing
in
that.
Man on the Moon also? Did he play himself in Man on the Moon?
No, you're thinking of DeVito.
No, but they got like the whole cast. Judd Hirsch was in it. Like,
Oh, for that part. Oh yeah. No, he probably was.
okay.
Why wouldn't he?
Yeah, he must have been. I think Jim Carrey was the only person that wasn't the original Taxi cast.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Wow, what a great movie.
Such a good
They
movie.
don't credit him in the Wikipedia article.
Okay,
as
maybe he
being in
wasn't
it,
in
so
it
who
then.
knows?
Yikes.
Yeah, sorry.
What
Sorry,
if it was
guys.
just a Danza knockoff?
You know what? If it's not Danza, it's always just a Danza knockoff.
Dude, great. He wears a T-shirt that says that.
Does he
To
probably
every
does.
press
He,
junket.
like, definitely does. Everything else is just a Danza knockoff.
Everything else is. Well, why don't we? You've given us so much insight into his life
Great.
and his career, but let's just back it up.
Yeah.
Let's learn a bit about where he was born, where he came from. Obviously, he was born in Brooklyn.
Oh, yeah.
New York. His parents were Anne and Maddie. Very cute. His mother was a bookkeeper, and his
Yeah.
father worked as a waste collector in
That is
Brooklyn.
correct. Yes.
His
He's
father
a garbage
was
man. What do you mean by that? Yeah.
his father was of Italian ancestry. His mother was from Sicily. So
Wow.
He has a younger brother named Maddie Jr. So somehow only the second child.
Tony, what were your thoughts
Was
on
named
Maddie
after-
Jr.?
Well, Maddie and I had this weird sibling rivalry growing up, where he would take my toy cars, and I would lock him in the basement, and it was just this back and forth of like, you're my brother, but also like, you were adopted, I think we don't know for sure, but it was just like that, classic push and pull. I wanted a sister type shit,
Yeah. Classic push and pull.
I don't know what's true and what's not.
Me neither, quite frankly. I just start thinking things, and then before I can really put up a buffer, they just come out.
Well, he graduated from high school in 1969.
69, yeah.
60
Exactly. It was a great year.
1969. So many things happened.
So many things,
Like
like
so many things. Like
landed on the moon.
Landed on the moon.
Yeah.
Tony Danza graduating college or high school rather. He in the first episode of his show Teach Tony Danza, he
I went
describes
back to an inner
himself
city school. Yeah, I described myself as
a bad student.
student. Yeah, I was a terrible student, actually. People don't know this about that show. I created Teach, the show on A&E, because I hated school. And so I was like, well, what better way to rectify the situation than to go back and be a teacher for inner city kids when I myself was a horrible student? I mean, hello, Hollywood. Yeah, let's do it. So I did that. By the way, have you seen that show?
No.
Oh, put it in the queue.
Okay.
Wow.
Where
Once
can
you-
I watch it? Is it like
dude, great question.
It's
I bet-
probably on one of
bet it's
the
on Hulu.
streamers like
Yeah.
a Peacock or a Paramount.
Dude, it's phenomenal. I mean, dude, he's just in the way. And it's like, but he's in there at one point, like teaching them, and he's just like, one girl, he's like, everybody, I want you to write a personal statement or whatever, and we're gonna lock them up and put them in a time capsule. And in 5 years, things you want to better about yourself. But it can be very personal stuff you don't want to tell anyone. Maybe even some things you haven't even told yourself. But write it down. And then I was like, you know what? I'm gonna call an audible. I think sometimes in life and in class, you gotta just fly by the seat of your pants. So Carissa, why don't you stand up and read what you wrote? Say,
Oh, my God.
I really don't want to, Mr. Danza. Oh, come on, just do it. This is what makes life exciting. You just got to sometimes step out of your comfort zone. She's like, and the teacher in the room's like, hey, Tony, she actually has to go to another room to take the test. She's got like a learning challenge. She's like, but if you go to another room and you don't stay here, then you're gonna psych yourself into thinking you are different. But you're not. You're just like us. And the teacher's like, no, Tony, she actually has to take the test in a different room to like focus. He's like, well, you know what? You're doing that to yourself. And then it cuts to him.
my
Then
God.
it cuts to him in the principal's office, and the principal's like, you gotta tone it down. He's like, what'd I do? It's phenomenal, dude. It's phenomenal.
This is a scripted show? Or
I
is
mean,
it-
it's a reality show.
This is a reality show.
And his intentions are all from the heart, but
Yeah,
it's
of
just,
course.
I'm shook right now.
This sounds amazing.
tune into it.
Yeah.
So
I gotta check this
I
out.
love that that's in his bio.
Yeah, it's in the first paragraph of who he is.
Should be.
He went to University of Dubuque.
Yep.
Hilarious place for him to end up. He went on a wrestling scholarship.
Hmm.
Whoa.
as a joke in 1975, his friends entered him into the New York City Golden Gloves after knocking out his first 6 opponents, all in the first round. He was knocked out in the finals.
I lost the finals. Yeah, that was crazy. It was also one of those things where you just go, God damn it! Like I signed up as a joke, and then I got excited for it, and then I still lost.
Yeah, it was probably in the finals when you thought you were going to make it, and that's when you psyched yourself out and you lost.
Yeah. Well, the final. Not a lot of people get to the finals.
That's true.
And so I made it that far, and Golden Gloves. I'll never forget that. And there was a guy named. There was a guy named like he was the popcorn guy, but he for whatever reason he just looked at me. He gave me that extra boost of confidence when I didn't have it myself. And there's always that guy, the janitor with too many keys, or the popcorn guy with his dick out. And you go, there's always somebody in my life that's gonna make me think twice about coming back to where I am.
Now, Tony, didn't you go on to play a boxer on Taxi? Wasn't?
Oh yeah. Actually, my record. I think my record's on Wikipedia.
It is. It's 9 wins and 3
losses.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, dude.
That's pretty good.
That's a legit. Yeah, I remember too when I had him on the pod. I think he said he brought in when he auditioned for Taxi, or maybe it was the first day of shooting. He was still boxing.
Oh my God!
And so he brought in like flyers for his match to get everybody to come to. And then finally just stopped because I think TV took over. But,
you gotta hustle.
Yeah, but that was his side. He was trying to do that. He was like,
"Come see my show."
Yeah, he was like, "This TV thing is just whatever." He's like, "I'm gonna be a boxer. That's what I'm gonna. That's my true passion."
That also says so much about him as a person that he was on a sitcom, a big sitcom, and he. To make sure that he had an audience for his boxing match, brought
that's
flyers
grassroots marketing. Yeah, that's smart. Yeah, if it doesn't work out, at least maybe they'll come to my show, right?
Exactly.
It makes sense that he did that though, because he was discovered by a producer at a boxing gym in New York. So he was discovered for boxing. So he came to set being like, "Well, I'm a boxer, so you guys should come see me box."
Really pretty cool too that they worked that into the storyline.
Yeah. I love Taxi. I used to watch Taxi with my dad every night.
Did you really?
Yeah.
That show also, they would ruin it if they tried to redo it. It'd be one of those remakes that you'd just be like, dude, you're trying to cast people that are, and I feel like whoever would do it, as much as they would try to keep it authentic, whatever, would find an Andy Kaufman type-esque character that they'd go back and forth to being like, it should be an homage to someone that's a little weird like him, but they'd end up just getting somebody that was trying, that just wasn't truly that... just special like he was, right? Somebody that was trying to do a character.
They're creeping towards it. I feel like because they got a Night Court remake coming.
Yeah,
which
there's
is
a Head of the Class remake. I mean, Taxi is
close.
such a great backdrop for a show.
Yeah.
For a workplace.
So how would you do it now? It'd have to be like a ride-sharing TV show.
Oh, see, that already sucks.
Yeah.
What's the musical vibe we're thinking for this song?
Something,
Go ahead, you got it.
Just
I'm smooth and sexy.
I'm thinking a do 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 do. I'm walking down the street. I'm Tony Danza. That was a John Travolta impression.
I was pretty close.
I was kind of feeling because of his time in high school and college were the 60s and 70s. It made me think of how every 80s song talks about 1969. So I was thinking maybe an 80s rock vibe could fit him as well, because he's he plays a tough guy. He is a tough guy. So maybe there's something in leaning into that.
New York, meatball capital of the world. I'm coming outside again today. The sun is shining bright. The streets are all lit up with twinkling stars because it's New York City, baby. Times Square, Elmo, just shit on the ground.
Times Square, Elmo, just shit on the ground. Keep it. Make it. We got to make it work.
I was trying to type as fast as I could, but I wrote down what you said, which was Brooklyn, New York, meatball capital of the world. I'm coming outside today. The sun is shining bright, and the lights are twinkling. I'm like, wait, what? Improvised songs are so funny when you write them down.
I'm on my way to get a new exercise bike today. Because my elliptical broke late last night and I didn't the number or the key code for the gym. I stay in a residential neighborhood where kids come by and say hi and ask me for juice. But more often than not, I'm busy and say, I'll get you next time, Cameron. I swear, next time. Now I'm going on a trip. I'll see you in 2 weeks.
It's shaping up to be a pretty good song.
Yeah.
I feel like we need like some kind of, exactly.
B
for
minor.
sure. Yeah.
E.
And when I get recognized on the airplane,
F sharp minor.
I'm always wearing sunglasses. But people can tell it's me anyway. The stewardess usually comes by and says something fun like, were you that guy in that movie with Matthew McConaughey? Yeah, Angels in the Outfield? I sure was. Sure hope I got angels with us today so the plane doesn't crash. And then she walks away to go get the meatloaf for Coach. Passengers, I fly Delta most times from New York to LA. But one time I went to Shanghai and had to roll the dice and fly Spirit Airlines. We didn't make it, almost. There was a time when I thought we're gonna die. We're going down. So I got my favorite song loaded up to die to on my iPod. Shares Believe.
Shares believe.
Do you believe in love after love? It's like, what are those chords? We should add that. That's fun.
Do you
believe in love after love? Or it's life after love.
That's what it is, yeah.
I can feel something inside me.
Ask who's the boss.
Whoa, yeah. There it is. Yeah, there's got to be something in there about that, yeah.
Do you believe? Do you believe in life after love? I can feel something inside me. Ask who's the boss?
Who's the boss? I am. Check my DMs. Oh, every other week, young aspiring boxers hit me up on Instagram asking, hey, Tony, you got a couple tips? I just entered the finals of the Golden Glove competition. Just like you did back in the day. I heard you lost, sorry for bringing it up. And I usually say, hey, first of all, fuck you for bringing up that horrible memory. But here's my advice for you, young boxer. Give him a right, give him a left. Up, down, left, B, select, start. And that'll get you to where you need to go. But now I'm entering the next chapter of my life, where my hair is longer and I'm looking for a wife. I also want to go to the moon with Jeff Bezos.
Is that true?
I don't know.
Probably.
Probably. A lot of things that I think and say end up in the next newspaper day. Yes, I'm a newspaper celebrity. But I was on TMZ once after a softball tournament. They said, hey, Tony, we saw you move from shortstop to the outfield. I said, yeah, well, I haven't been stretching as much as I'd like, so, and also, COVID has been rough on all of us. Omicron's coming round the bend. So get your goodies, wear your mask, put your pants on one leg at a time. Because when push comes to shove and you look in the mirror and times get tough, you gotta ask yourself, who's the boss? And you gotta say, I'm the boss. And then you spit on the floor and you hike up your shirt and you fucking jog down your stairs and you look at the guys playing chess in the park and you flip over their board and say, life ain't fair, fellas. I'm the boss. Tonight, And tomorrow too. Because at the end of the day, it's my life. So fuck you. Fuck you.
Fuck you.
Well, I tried my best to write all of that, all of that chaos. I will say, "Who's the boss? I'm the boss" is clearly the chorus.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, that was crazy.
was
I loved that.
That was
Yeah,
hilarious.
Wow, you guys followed really well. I followed. Yeah, I mean, you guys set it up.
It's just
Thanks
synergy.
for just coming back in every time.
Just synergy, baby.
I love when it goes from, the hard to then the like what I don't know whatever that is called.
It feels right.
Yeah, that.
It feels right for him.
It does.
Yeah.
You think if you were going to see the opening number to a one-man show, that it would have that type of... that's got opening number energy, doesn't it?
Yeah, and
where it's like, dun, 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 and it's him, like, truly... I think it starts off like that, and he runs down the steps, and opens the door, runs down the steps, and then just goes, and everyone just starts applauding. That's the opening of the show.
I'm here, New York.
It also,
Meatball capital of the world.
it sort of mirrors how you were describing him as a person in a lot of ways, because it's like he's this tough boxer guy, but then he's also like this earnest, like, hey, you got to do this. You can't go into the other room.
Kids are always asking me for juice.
Yeah. Always asking me for juice.
I've got that type of look on my face where people wanna get a favor. I've got favor face.
Yeah.
Favorite face.
He does. Oh, that's a good lyric.
Yeah. I've got favor face in every place that I go.
Okay, so how do
I
we...
mean, I'm very happy with Brooklyn, New York, meatball capital of the world being the opening line.
1000%.
So I'm going to play Brooklyn, New York, meatball capital of the world. I'm coming outside today. I want to hit the high school show, something like, the kids will learn how to learn better than me.
In every way.
So how about say, so they never have to punch a face.
Oh my God, never have to.
Oh, my God.
There was one that was really... There was one time I thought I was going to die. So I put on the song I wanted to die to.
I loved also, I'm in the... I'm a newspaper guy, not a TMZ
Newspaper
guy.
celebrity was very funny.
Newspaper celebrity.
Oh,
You
yeah.
won't see me on TMZ.
For once.
Oh man, I mean it was so full of
That's
gold.
the thing too. I think every song that he would do has got to be like have the singing, and then he just talks through a lot of dialogue.
Absolutely.
Like there's people coming and going. In his neighborhood?
Should we talk about The Good Cop at all?
Oof, man. Didn't see it. But was real fired up when I saw that, because I somehow had met the guy who was directing that show and like pushed real hard. I was like, you gotta put me in this. Like I gotta be. And then when I saw that it was him and his son, and I was like, bro, come on. And then Josh Groban did it.
Yeah.
All right, I get it. That makes sense too. You know.
Good evening, folks, and welcome to Danza on Danza,
Oh, my
where I,
God.
Tony Danza, interview me, Tony Danza. Who's the boss? Not Bruce Springsteen. Let's get to know me. First question: what's my favorite food?
Your favorite food is anything Italian, basically. Let's see. my favorite would be. I just had it the other day. I had a lasagna. And you know what the secret to a great lasagna?
I do. It's the sauce.
No, it's not. No, of course you have to have good
You
sauce.
gotta have good sauce.
But the secret is that you have to make the meatballs first and use the meatballs as the meat in the lasagna. Otherwise, you just have a hamburger.
Just have a hamburger
in your lasagna.
in your lasagna.
That's what I'm saying.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh my!
Holy shit!
Wow.
Oh my
Wow,
God.
that's incredible.
Wow.
I couldn't even tell who's who.
Wow.
Yeah, that was really
gangster.
funny.
Yeah.
It's very cool.
Such
Down
a
to play.
hilarious bit you got to have.
What?
Yeah, can you imagine the alternative if I was like, do you mind if I do an impression of you? And he was like, well, if you fucking do it,
I'll kill you right
I'll kill you
here.
right here.
Kill you right
I'll
here.
kill you right here with your hands. So there's no blood on my shirt.
Well, normally I sing the song, but I feel like you should just sing the song.
No way.
No,
Oh, no.
It
Sorry,
has to
bro.
be you.
You have to.
Really?
It has to be you.
Yeah, bro.
We'll play support. I'll give you some
I can
harmony.
come in. Why don't you guys do the first part and then I'll come in?
Well, Brooklyn, New York, meatball capital of
it's
the world.
almost
feels like you need to say it.
have to do
It's
it.
almost entirely sung
Did you text
from
me
your
too?
perspective.
Yeah.
I
Is it-
believe so.
It's in the thread. No? Did I fuck it up? Hold on. Oh, you know what it is? Okay. Now I think we have two different
No,
text
is it 2 threads?
which is hilarious because some random person with your similar number is
just got the lyrics.
Oh, here it is.
That's a hilarious.
Did you just get it?
That's a hilarious mistext, like wrong number text. Brooklyn, New York. The rainbow God of the world. The sun is shining bright today. It's a crazy thing to get.
Funny. That's our next podcast.
calling that person. Fine.
Hey, so sorry. What did you think?
Where's the chain? Where do we go to the like
the this?
Yeah.
Time will tell.
I think we're gonna.
So we're just gonna kind of feel it out.
We're just gonna go for it.
Okay,
and
great.
we
See what
can
happens.
tweak these lyrics depending on how this run through goes.
Great.
So we're just shopping it right now.
Right.
1, 2, 3.
Brooklyn, New York, meatball capital of the world. The sun is shining bright today. You know, I think the kids will learn how to learn better than me at some point in their life, so they never have to punch your face, which we should all do at some point. People know me from somewhere, probably in the news, from yesterday or today or someday, because I'm what you would call a newspaper celebrity. That means I'm in the paper for stuff that I do, because I can sing and dance and do it all. I got a talk show, and you can come talk to me on the street. You can buy me a taco or look at my feet. Who's the boss? Well, it's easy. I'm the boss. I don't care what you say, because when you ask yourself who's the boss, well, I'm the boss. If you see me, come say hey, by the way. I'm a good guy. I got an affable face. Sometimes life catches up to me. Yeah, like it does for all of us. And I think I'm gonna die. Sorry to get so dark, but I do. I usually put on the song that I wanna die to, then lean back on my futon and, well, I think about Cher. Do you believe in life after love? I sure do. I'm on Tinder.
I can feel something inside me say, who's the boss?
Who's the boss? I am, damn it. Check my DMs. The answer's right there. Who's the boss? I'm the boss. Today and every day. When I boxed, I never lost. Well, only 3 times anyway. 4 if you count that time I fought my cousin. But now I'm entering the next chapter of my life, where my hair is longer, and I'm looking for a side piece wife. I only want to go to the grocery store or the moon, preferably with Jeff Bezos or Jeff Goldblum. You know, speaking of Jeff Goldblum, I actually auditioned for Jurassic Park 2. Sam Neill, though, auditioned for Taxi back in the day, and I was the one who said, fuck this guy. He remembered and didn't put me in Jurassic Park 2. Hey, but you know, it's one of those classic Hollywood stories. But at the end of the day, when you look in the mirror and say, who's the boss? The answer's right in front of you. Just open your eyes and smile and lick your lips, because today's a brand new day to say, who's the boss? I'm the boss. At the end of the day, every day, in the morning and the night, when you put on your shoes and turn off the light, fuck you is what I'm trying to say. Fuck you. No, hey, fuck you. Fuck you. Now you're cool.
I thought that was amazing.
That was a celebrity theme song. Wrote a song about celebrities. That was a celebrity theme song. We wrote a song about celebrities. Celebrities. Hey, Adam, that was absolutely fantastic.
What a
Thanks for
blast.
having me.
Thank you so much for being here. Now, this podcast is probably not going to come out for like 1,000,000 years from now because we
Great.
bank a bunch of them. But
Great.
do you have anything you want to plug?
Yeah, I'm on a cartoon right now called Crossing Swords on Hulu.
Oh, fuck yeah.
From the Robot Chicken
Sick.
guys.
Yeah.
Great cast. And then season 2 of Young Rock premieres in March. I go to film that in Australia in January.
Oh, my goodness.
And then podcast about last night, stand-up dates, AdamRayComedy.com.
There you go.
Yeah.
Well, go
Sick.
check out Adam Ray. Don't forget to follow Lewberger at Lewberger.
And the rest of us, there's no way they're not following us.
You know what?
That's true.
They might not be, because they might be thinking to themselves, they're so funny in that podcast, but I don't care about their personal lives.
Maybe it was like, I came for Adam Ray.
I came
Who
for
are
Adam
these
Ray. Who are these
fucks?
fucking
Who
assholes?
are these losers?
I'm Hughie Stonefish. That's Keith Habs. That's Alex Lewis at the number 8, a thumbtack.
Yep.
That's right.
Thanks, everyone, for joining Celebrity Theme Song.
Hooray! Hey.
Dude,